But this is genius stair making right there. I feel extremely safe going up these. You want to come up these, Darren?
Do you want... Yeah. Whoa.
For a bloke who's had his share of stumbles, Keith Urban is on safe ground here.
This is set up further that way.
Yes.
Preparing for tonight's sellout concert in Indianapolis.
There's a delay, like one.
Yep.
25,000 adoring fans will soon be getting up close and personal with the kid from Caboolture.
Do they throw things at you?
I hope not.
No,
Not anymore.
No, I mean like bras and things.
They throw things.
They do.
They do throw things occasionally, yeah.
I guess that you've got to take that as a compliment.
Yes.
But it's a bit weird, isn't it?
Can be. More flattering, who knows? I don't know.
It's easy to see why he's built such a following here in America. The country crooner with a lot of rock and a bit of pop on his side is charming and cheeky.
You want to sing any Wonderwall?
No.
'Cause after all, you're my wonderful. She won't.
I can't do it. I can't sing. Now that you have this success, you know, you don't have to fight for success anymore. Are you still hungry?
Oh God, yeah, absolutely. Because there's so many more things where so many more places music can go, so many more ways to entertain a crowd.
That means this crowd is in for a good time. And they show their appreciation by getting very touchy-feely.
I don't come out thinking everybody's into it. I have this attitude that everyone's going, okay, what's this all about then? Because that's all I've ever known.
Yeah.
And so I play accordingly, you know, to connect and lift and have this happen.
'Cause I don't need too much of nothing.
The rise and rise of Keith Urban has been nothing short of phenomenal. 15 million records sold, a new #1 single from his latest album, Fuse,
I just want a little bit of everything. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na.
and a sellout American tour. And of course, juggling it all with marriage to Nicole Kidman and raising their 2 young daughters, 5-year-old Sunday and 2.5-year-old Faith.
I don't need too much of nothing.
The kids are figuring it out slowly, you know, what Dad does.
What do the kids think of what Dad does?
Not really interested. Because the kids were here last night and, you know, Faith goes to bed at 7:30 or so I don't play till 9, so she's well and truly out to it. But Sonny was up still about 8:30, 8:45, and I thought, oh, this is good. And I said, you're pretty awake? She said, yeah. I said, you want to come see me play? She went, no.
Keith Urban had the dream from a very young age.
I don't believe this.
From the bad haircut days to the years and years of rejection.
I left the office in a flash on Friday.
Keith landed in Nashville 20 years ago, but despite his raw talent, the capital of country music didn't quite get the boy from Queensland.
I was really out of step with what was going on in Nashville. You know, I don't wear a hat, I don't play traditional country music, I wasn't raised on traditional country music, and I just lobbed in there and played like I played, and it was like, what the hell is this? You know?
Did you ever have a plan B?
No. No plan B ever.
Is that why you stuck at it for
anything
so
else,
long?
Tara. What are you talking about? That's just all I can do. It's all I do. But, you know, the reality is if it's a real dream, it's uncrushable. It doesn't matter what anybody says. You're just gonna do it anyway.
It's gonna be a long, long summer. We should be together with your feet up on the dashboard now.
Ultimately, it wasn't Nashville that almost brought the dream undone, but Keith's own demons. He's now famously clean living, but for years his life was blighted by alcohol and drugs, particularly crack cocaine.
Waiting on a Sunday go down.
Your battle with addiction has been well talked about. Do you regret being open about it? Did it take a lot of courage to talk about it?
I mean, it was sort of out there anyway. It wasn't like it was a revelation, I think. I'm very grateful for where I am now and the way in which I live my life. Very grateful for that.
Are there days when it's still a struggle?
No.
No. Well, that must be a relief.
There's no word for it. Relief is sort of a different kind of word. It's a different life. It's the one I was hoping I could figure out how to live. Yeah.
I loved you since the very first day.
It looks like a fairy tale life. Married to Nicole in a blaze of publicity 7 years ago, and now a proud dad, his fortunes have certainly changed. This Aussie has become America's favourite adopted son.
Some of the terms to describe you are Keithalicious, Mr. Nicole Kidman, the guitar wonder from down under. Which one are you most comfortable with?
The last one. It's awkward, but it's not a great bunch
to choose from.
I love being married to Nick, of course. Good Lord.
Would all be as good as gone without you.
How has having kids changed your life?
Oh God, in every way. 2 girls that call me Dad. Never had that before.
Is that your favourite word?
It's a good one. Baby is good too. My wife calls me that. It's beautiful. People always ask, what do you love most about being a dad? And I'm like, well, everything. I don't really have a list. I mean, from piggybacking them down the stairs to having them be in the bunks in the bus to just watching them blossom and become these 2 extraordinary, beautiful creatures. It's beautiful.
Are they similar?
No. Yes and no. As Nick and I are similar and different, it's the same thing.
Of course. Do you think there might be more babies?
No babies. Unless there's some bizarre tabloid headline that comes out somewhere soon.
No babies. That's our tabloid headline.
Cross my heart.
It'll be a nice surprise if there was.
It'd be a shock to us.
When they're not in the public eye, Keith and Nicole live a very different private life in Nashville.
We really choose to raise our family as quietly and normally as we possibly can, and that takes a bit of planning, and we're willing to do that.
Especially, I guess, when you're a singer and you often, I guess, songs can be autobiographical. How do you marry the two? How do you be true to who you are and what's going on in your life and still keep some privacy?
Well, I mean, we live by the mantra that we have nothing to hide and everything to protect. And I think that is how we go about our life. But there's songs on this record that are about me, and the songs that are record that are just about a fictitious character or characters. They're not all autobiographical. There's a song on the album where I talk about smoking and drinking, and someone goes, "You don't really do that." And I go, "Dolly Parton didn't work 9 to 5 either." It's ridiculous.
Traveling, singing, it don't mean nothing without you. The fast cars.
Despite his success in America, it wasn't until his star turn as a coach on The Voice that mainstream Australia embraced Keith Urban.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome your coaches?
I had a blast doing The Voice. I really did. When Seal and Delta and Joel and I all got together, it felt like we're a band, with 3 guys and we have a girl singer.
Thank you.
That's a yes from me.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
In the States, he's going from strength to strength, now wooing American hearts as a judge on American Idol.
You know what I loved? I loved the vulnerability in your voice. That's the thing.
But it seems his heart is really here, on the road preparing for his next concert.
If you get that real low and then get the drums and everything turned up,
Yeah.
get your
Back in
mix set just
Indianapolis,
about there,
it's nearly
that
showtime.
would be great. Maybe just get Phil to turn that guitar way down up here.
But with a road crew of 70, it's also big business. And there's no doubt who's the boss.
You only wear one ear.
You've been invariably described as the nice guy of music.
Oh, yeah.
But I've
don't know
also
how you do
heard you
that.
described, when it comes to business, as being ruthless.
Ruthless.
Ruthless. Is there a mean streak?
Well, I hope there's not a mean streak. I think that's a particular thing. I think if you're going to run a business, which is what I run a business, I employ lots of people. I've got to know how to do that and keep the boat going forward.
You're the captain.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, and everybody sort of depends on me to have it together and be sure about where we're going. Yeah.
Do you think that's innate? Do you just have that ability in you, or is it something that you've learned through the business?
Oh, I mean, a lot of it's just being an Aussie ingenuity and determination, but also don't take any bullshit and don't tolerate any sort of like just crap and whining and complaining, and we're here to do a job. Let's get on with it. You
Just
know?
get on with it.
Yeah.
There would be a bit of crap in this industry, wouldn't there?
There's crap everywhere.
Girl, you can't tell me that you can't see the kind of spell you put on me.
To know how far he's come, you have to remember where he began.
Every star up in the sky has got your name on.
But perhaps the most surprising thing in the Keith Urban story is that he is only just now recognising that he's made it.
Every star up in the sky has got your.
And there is supposed to be a time in all of our lives where we sort of go, this is what I was working towards. And I'm guilty. Nick is so good for me on so many levels. They were sitting outside last night and she's going, you know, this is it, right? And I know what she meant by it. I mean, playing to a bunch of people, and our song just went #1 this week here. And it was just, the kids are on the bus, and I'm just like, yeah, this is actually it. And it was just like, whew, this big weight went off my shoulders. And it was like, it was almost like, it's okay, Keith, to say, this is pretty damn good right here.
Why does it make you emotional?
Because I don't know arriving. I just know struggling, and I just know hoping and working towards and striving for and wanting so much to, you know, that's all I've ever known. So when you actually get here, it's a strange feeling that to stop and actually breathe for a moment, never felt so good.
Hello, I'm Tara Brown. Thanks for watching. To keep up with the latest from 60 Minutes Australia, make sure you subscribe to our channel. You can also download the 9Now app for full episodes and other exclusive 60 Minutes content.